A routine is a sequence of actions regularly followed. My routine consists of waking up after an 8-hour sleep, grabbing an overpriced Apple Watch that isn't needed, but due to the pressures of consumerism and the want and need to look sort of cool, I felt I needed to buy it. I then weigh myself using a pair of assorted scales from Argos, make a note of this in a hardback layer of a rough trade journal purchased from Shoreditch. I then have 500ml of water because hydration is key. After that, I sit in the corner of wisdom, open a generic meditation video from YouTube and clear the mind a little bit. Not that I've got much going on up there, it's just nice to wake up and not immediately become drawn into the vile machine of Instagram, endlessly scrolling on social media, worrying about whether or not your post hit a certain amount of likes and comments and how that somehow transfers into you becoming successful or not. Time for the most important part, the coffee. I'm an espresso man. Now, due to having family in the wonderful island of Spain and many trips growing up to the likes of Valencia, Malaga, Alicante and Madrid, I have a deep-rooted connection to the Spaniards. Alongside that, a fascination with the likes of Pablo Escobar, Narcos and generally the culture and cuisine of our South American friends. That and an appreciation for some of the finest cocaña that was about. Not that I got to try any of Escobar's, Charlie. Unfortunately, the shit that's circulating about now is cut with petrol and God knows what, so I tend to steer clear. Therefore, I opt for an Espresso Colombia, a smooth and fruity coffee that will leave the taste of winey red fruits and notes of blackcurrant on the palate. Muy bueno. And that takes me to the office. It's sort of an office, it's just a desk at the end of my bed really. And as it's Monday, I then collate all the information from the previous week in terms of Instagram and YouTube and then put that on my G drive to assess how growth's gone. And then financially, I'll then pull all of my money that I've earned from that week, 20% aside for the fucking tax man, and then put the rest in my savings account. And then once that's done, generally walk about for about 25 to 30 minutes, either answer some Instagram questions, listen to a podcast. Today it's the Muscle Mentors podcast with Dr. Hamid on there, talking about blood work. Or I might walk to Sainsbury's to get some food, help aid digestion before going to meal number 1, potential improvements in blood glucose and insulin sensitivity, and me going to the kitchen. Nice and primed for meal number 1. As today is a rest day, the bacon I'm having is the full bacon, not just the medallions, as fat is increased on a rest day compared to a training day. Also going to have one bagel with some peanut butter on there as well as 100 grams of Special Keza, the chocolate. I'm into the oat-based cereals at the moment. The low-fat Tesco's one's brilliant. The Special K oats and honey is also quite nice. 10:30. Last meal was at about 9 o'clock. Going into a rest day, I like to try and get a 12 to 14 hour fast at least. So meal number 1, total calories for this meal are 50 protein, 130 carb and 20 grams of fat. More than likely the next meal will be in the office about 2 o'clock I reckon, so in about 3 or 4 hours time. Bagel, chicken mince, squash, cereal, eggs.
Selection Monday.
Food, top up food shop. I seem to be food shopping twice a week at the moment. Either on a Sunday or a Monday, then a Thursday for the weekend. And I've also got to go to the bank to move some money about because we've bagged a villa for all of us in September for our beef, which should be good. And then get these t-shirts sorted and trying to get them pressed this week, and then a little campaign out next week ready to be released. We do need to fly Emirates. I was lazy and went to Marks and Spencer's and paid over the price for mince, but they...
I saw that.
Pardon?
I saw that in the fridge.
The mince?
Who do you think you are?
But their squash selection, in particular the apple and elderflower, very, very good. This is what I miss.
What?
Just sitting and eating, just like grazing. Can't do that on prep. I'm not allowed. I don't feel like a total slut with this. Sweet and salty popcorn, light and crunchy. Is this the actual light bag? So it's sort of clean eating, basically, isn't it? Basically. Clean eating. With a cup of cha.
Chili mully.
Pause that because she's fit and I want to come and watch it.
Shut up, lad.
Not being on prep. Not, oh God, that didn't even move, but I had visions of it moving outside, down all of the flights. Not being on prep means that I can start enjoying the Cinecrunch whey protein again with the little bits in, with coconut milk alongside my oat dark chocolate and bagel. Hold tight Warburtons, by the way. Fantastic. What do you mean? That's how they're fucking pronounced. They've got bagels now that are sliced already. So they know time is money. And they're making me rich by already slicing them. Fantastic.
Like, what's really knackered you out?
I choked on something.
Are you really excited for Love Island?
I'm buzzing.
I'm training with a Love Islander tomorrow.
Are you?
Hmm.
I'll say you are. I would really struggle to remember to look in the camera.
Oh, they've got the new high
And the
security
lens.
camera.
That's what I mean. Then you look like you've got one eye in Bromley and one eye in Swanley when you look at this bit.
Installation. Search Hive.
Natural behind the camera, me. A quick pit stop in the office to fill up required pre and intra workout, and then we'll head to Muscleworks and train with the judge. Not on-card judge, unfortunately. That man is a legend. Half scoop MVP. Held it. The best part of that on-card judge audition, remember that from X Factor? Was when he ran to the back of the wall and he thought the wall was hard and he asked, sorry, that's a flare. I thought it was a flare. It was a flare. We've got chest, triceps and shoulders today, which is essentially a push session, which should be fun. I do like Muscleworks. Bethnal Green. Reliving the vlog. Ruining the moment of the lift. Fantastic. So, fucking hell, Joe, you didn't tell me you'd cry in the end. I don't do well with men crying.
I know it's hard.
Well, I can't watch that this early on. I'll be in tears. Got a weird thing about men crying. It really gets me in the feels. The prep life.
That'll be alright, wouldn't it?
Of course it will. You're competing Sunday. No chance of spillover. Right, we are in for push with Harley. How many days are yours competing Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. I don't know what day it is. Tuesday.
So you're what, about 6 days out?
5 days out.
Come off the back of his first show, which is a bit too big for, but now he's in the right category, and then possibly go for a PCA show at the end of June.
See how it goes.
Try and come to Ibiza. Well, that's bloody great, Dad. I'll see you there on Sunday. I'm referring to the Chancery. Anyone in the Beckenham area? Respect. The Chancery pub do a fantastic roast. I'd recommend the calamari to start with, and the soup. Soup, you say, Tom? Not really going to be spiking our protein synthesis with that, are we? No, we're not. But have a protein shake before you go, and you're covered. But you will also get max MPS out of the roast beef, accompanied with a glass of Montepulciano red wine. For dessert, sticky toffee pudding. Check it out. No discount code. It's a fucking restaurant. Great session with Harley. All the best for Sunday, sir. I think condition is pretty much there. Top 3 placing at least. I think he was slightly on the larger side of his most recent show for his category in physique. But he's chosen the right one on Sunday, and I'm sure he'll bring home the gold. Push session today at Muscleworks Bethnal Green, not the Orpington one. Machine wise, very, very nice. Upstairs they've got quite a few, very similar to the Orpington one, quite a few different machines. I'm going to invest in a shotgun because they wake me up every morning at 4. Why do birds wake like... birds. All the birds. My apologies, I should probably edit that out, but I like keeping it in because I keep it raw. I'm so raw. Cough. Great session. What was I talking about? The machines. Yes, I do like the machines at both muscle works. The seated lateral raise, the Cybex seated lateral raise is perfect. Constant, a lot of the Cybex machines, and I went back to Muscle Works Orpington today to do legs again. And what was nice about the Cybex Eagle for the abduction and adduction work on your hips to free them and open them up as much as possible by having that back adjustment, which is not what you see in a lot of abduction and adduction machines. It was really nice. But this is the seated lateral raise that I'm talking about. Constant tension at the top, and Harley did well to keep pointing that, to keep my traps down. It's a machine that I tend to shrug up slightly too much on this movement. I do it the one at King's as well. You have to have that real mind to muscle connection to relax the traps and put all that emphasis on the deltoids as much as possible. Hand positioning for this, I always feel comfortable not grabbing onto any of the actual handles that you see. It's always nice to try and imitate that movement that you would with a side lateral dumbbell movement. I tend to find if you hold on to the handle too much, you get some real bad shoulder issues. So just being as free as possible and having the pad on the outside of the elbow, it makes for a really nice movement for when you are doing those movements. In terms of volume today, we kept it relatively low on chest. It's not an area that I need to hit a huge amount. More emphasis on triceps and legs for this, this 11-12 week small mini off season that we're doing. But it was nice. We're back into a very acceptable condition with training. I'm happy where we are at 2 weeks in. Weight at the moment is 90.6, so ticking that box of 0.3 key per week gain, which is what I'm aiming for at the moment. And that way we can keep body composition relatively acceptable for when we do have that 6 week cut, that almost like a mini cut leading up to Ibiza, and then rebounding off the back of that with Callum. It should be nice. But fantastic. Did I mention Harley's triceps at the start of this video? I don't think I did. Genetically, let me repeat myself, genetically very strong. But it was quite interesting to hear him say that his constant jabbing as a boxer had an impact on tricep development in his later life. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with the physique update. All the best on Sunday, Harley. That one you can kind of see it,
yeah. So I've just got to be careful not to push too much there.
Yeah, just go on the left more,
Game Focus is small. It's just one of the smallest, if not the smallest gaming supplement on the market. Why is it so small?
It's pretty simple. If you just want something to work effective and you use potent active ingredients, it doesn't need to be a huge scoop.
It can't be.
It can't be.
Because it's going to be too much for anyone to handle.
Restore.
Is that too much?
100 quid.
Yeah.
How much were they in America? They were quite big. They were quite expensive in America, weren't they?
They're quite sought after, aren't they?
They are. They're retro. This is the mango version of the Super Human Greens by Alpha Lion. The apple flavour is very, very good. It's the only greens powder that I can stomach. Usually, as you'd have heard me say before, I used to use the Holland and Barrett, which was good, but the taste was terrible. Danny's also sent over Foresight Nutrition's Restore. Ooh, KSM66 choline lemon balm, which is the ingredient that's in Zen, the Novo Nutrition's sleep formula that I used when I was over at Ben's house, which is fantastic. L-theanine, 5-HTP and zinc. So I think quite a few of you on Instagram have purchased it. I haven't put a swipe up. Don't really like doing swipe ups to products that I haven't tried before. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of morally wrong. Mango this is. Well, I tell you what. It may just be a little bit better than the apple. I think it's better than the apple. Fab. Good morning, god damn it. Good fucking morning, god damn it. It's rest day today. We're off to get cryo. You may have recognised cryo from the previous vlogs in my off season. I'm just getting the 3-minute, or I think it's a 2-minute cryo. Not localised like last time. But last time there was some significant benefits, some noticeable benefits as well. And I think what a lot of people tend to overlook is if we pull together all of these small percentages that can help aid recovery, then take them if you can. You can talk about deep tissue, you can talk about Epsom salt baths, you can talk about Vibrams, you can talk about intra-workout nutrition, intra-workout supplementation. Yes, they may only play a very, very small part in terms of recovery, but the way we trade in terms of our low volume, high intensity approach, we're trying to get the most out of our recovery as possible. So if it's there, take it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Let's go.
You've just locked in, you're listening to the sounds of Select Radio, the UK's #1 radio house music.
You're listening to DJ TM Cycles.
You're locked into the sounds of...
You're locked into the sounds of Cycles.
You're hearing, you can follow them on their social...
Shut your mate, you do nothing.
Music UK.
It's a Wednesday shift. Happy hump day. Old tight peg.
So Jordan Berry locked in.
Fuck Jordan. Up, get in now. Up, get in now. Up. It's very cold in there. It's very cold, I must warn you if you come here. Usual kit. Slippers, at least they're North Face brand. Let's get changed.
What music would you like today? Anything particular?
I don't mind on the music.
Okay.
You probably don't have any Solomon, do you?
Anyone?
Solomon.
So it's just
Oh,
out of prime, so I can throw it
Any
away.
music, bit of house will do.
Oh, but you'll have to tell me something because I haven't got a clue.
We're doing 4 minutes today. Last time I did 3, and the 4th minute apparently is noticeably better. So we'll go for 4. It's noticeably colder, isn't it? That extra minute.
It's definitely colder, yeah.
Felt good though.
Yeah, you did well. You didn't even flinch.
Nah, never that.
Did you enjoy it?
Never flipped. Yeah, it was good. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Always. I feel positively fabulous after that. The additional minute very noticeably had to control my breathing then. The first few minutes are fine, but the last minute I had to really go, right, I had to have a word with myself, like I did at We Are. You're okay, Tom, it's a minute left. But the link to CRYOJuvenate is below. I do believe a code is being set up if you would like to go and have a try yourself for any of the services there. It doesn't have to just be the chamber or the localized cryo. There's some deep tissue work as well, so I need some deep tissue. I will be going back either this week or next week because the contest preps have caught up with me, and the shoulders and quads are feeling it a little on my hamstring, so going back there sometime. Off back home now, get a meal in, and then we're going to go to the HQ. Pashoff preview box in the box inside there. As I said, this holiday seems to be becoming a preview holiday. I didn't order that, they chucked in some more. The actual drop that we wanted is tomorrow at 9 AM, the Formentera drop, which is very beige holiday, all-inclusive vibes with said missus. But I'll do a full Mykonos clothes haul like the Ibiza one. Couple of lilac twin pieces, long sleeve for travelling, and these trousers. Good morning. 90.6 kilos this morning. Fairly busy day. We've got Formentera drop at 9, banging. Gonna go to Poach Duvel because she's off. Get some breakfast. Podcast with Josh at 11, and then I've got legs at Muscle Works, and we should be good to go. Just updating macros, training, split, current training cycle on the members forum, and answering any questions that need answering, accompanied by the limited edition Columbias, which I'm running low on. I need to go and get some. They're very good. This is an XL. Should I get an XL then? I'm only going to be growing over the next 10 weeks, and then see if he's got the stripy one. The Ecru Formentera one. And then we can match.
We can, I'm excited.
Don't say anything about the drugs, Josh. Podcast time with Josh. It's been a while. We have many things to talk about. Great podcast as usual with Josh. Thank you for having me on, sir. Pleasure as always. That should be up. I think it should be up today, to be honest. I'll put a link in the description box below for both. Off to Curry's now because Insight order was delivered there, and there is a new pre-workout that I'm very excited to try. So I said to Danny, if you can get that shipped ASAP, I can utilise it for today's leg session at Muscle Works. Stellar service from the boys, as per. Here we have a Curry's exclusive Muscle Sport Black Series limited edition. Very excited to try this. We have very limited stock with this. So I'm gonna take, I think, half a scoop before we train. Look at that. See what's in my pre-gold? Gold flakes. Stay there. Gold flakes up in this bitch. Because I am the king. King's Ransom flavour. I'm not too sure what that flavour is meant to be. But it is a effing packed label. I've also got the Intri A+, but this time in Bomb Pop flavour. We'll probably go through a more in-depth breakdown of this month's supplementation in the next vlog. But for the time being, it smells just like limeade. Soda water and lime, please. I'm watching the alcohol. It's refreshing, it's nice. Friday bed hair. I'm gonna leave the video there and enjoy the weekend. As mentioned, some clothes.
Sorry, some clothes are flying past.
Did you get in shot then?
No.
I think I spat on the camera as well. Because I haven't had my Columbia coffee yet. Some clothes this weekend, Saturday. I think we're going uptown. Then we've got Mykonos following Saturday. So I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Any questions? You know what to do. I'll see you very soon. Have a fantastic weekend from the TM Cycles household. Thank you, good night. Much love.